So are you still under contract with AEW?
Yeah.
But you're just not being used? But you'd like to be used. You want to wrestle. What's going on?
Beats me. I can't just make up an answer for people and just assume. You know what I'm saying? Would I love to know the exact reason? For sure. Do I have speculations about why? Absolutely. But that does nothing to speak on things that I speculate does nothing for the situation, right? So I think it's just a matter of it sucks. It's been a very cold day here in Austin. It's been a very cold day. It may have been cold for the past 9 months.
That was absolute Ricky Starks talking with Chris Van Vliet about being banished to the land of misfit toys, where Tony Khan sends the toys he doesn't want to play with anymore, the broken ones, the ones that aren't as cool anymore, or the ones that rub him the wrong way by like showing up at the Royal Rumble or something with Cody Rhodes. But that's just purely speculation. As you see, Ricky Starks himself has no idea why Tony Khan isn't using him. I mean, he definitely has an idea, and I think we do too, because he's on his way out the fucking door. But apparently he's never communicated that to Ricky Starks. Well, we now have a new report as Cultaholic Wrestling is reporting on behalf of, I guess, an article on Wrestle Purist by a writer named Self-Made. Now, I did go to the Wrestle Purist website, but I did not see anything on their page about Ricky Starks directly. And it's another one of those convoluted wrestling sites where you just learn how to lay out a website, for fuck's sakes. I went to Wade Keller's website, Pro Wrestling Torch, the other day to try to pull up that article that he did on Britt Baker, which I believe is behind a paywall. And I believe that because I couldn't find the fucking thing on the website. It's a scattered mess. It looks like a newspaper with the little articles all over the place, and there's no, it just gives me an anxiety attack, but I digress. But Cultaholic is reporting on behalf of this Wrestle Purist here that their exclusive Ricky Starks has asked for his release from AEW and has not been granted his release by Tony Khan. Tony Khan said, you know what? No, I'd rather pay you to sit home. Here's that clip from Cultaholic Wrestling.
Ricky Starks has now, we've learned, has reportedly asked for his release from All Elite Wrestling, but the request was not granted by AEW CEO Tony Khan. This is according to Ibu of Wrestle Purists and Self-Made PW, who stated during a several-minute discussion about Ricky Starks and his status in AEW and the industry as a whole that Starks is currently waiting out the rest of his deal, which, as you say, we suspected, but it seems to have had an extra layer of confirmation now.
This is the quote from Ibu, who says, "At the end of the day, things happened to where he's on the outs with AEW right now. It is what it is. There's a lot of things. Most of it will never be reported, but ultimately there's a falling out there, and it is what it is. He asked for a release. Tony won't give it to him, and he's just going to wait out the rest of his deal. He's going to stay relevant by working indie dates, and that's just going to be the situation in the meantime."
You know what's even more frustrating about this is that Tony Khan exercised his third year or fourth year that he had the option for on the contract with Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks signed I don't know, forgive me if it was a 2-year or a 3-year contract with an option for an additional year on Tony Khan's side. I don't know if Ricky had that same option on his side, but Tony Khan went ahead and extended Ricky Starks' contract. He did not have to do that. He can do that. Contractually, he has the legal right to do that, and Ricky sure as shit signed up for that. But why would you extend the contract if you're not going to use the guy? My fucking God, this is so frustrating because You're only doing it to spite Ricky Starks and to withhold him from WWE. It's costing you money to sit somebody home, but furthermore, you're sitting someone home at the prime of their fucking career. Ricky Starks is losing valuable working time, and then he tries to go get himself indie dates, and Tony Khan stops him from doing that as well, at least the most recognizable ones. Like a GCW gets a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs. So Ricky Starks, you ain't going there. What's the point? You're not using him. You don't want to use him. Clearly, this is just Tony Khan being petty. And of course, I recognize Tony Khan contractually has the right to do that. Though, if I were Ricky Starks, I'd be talking to a lawyer about his rights as an independent contractor. You know, if you're a painter of a house, as Kevin Nash likes to bring up and others have as well about the independent contractor status, right? You get hired to paint somebody's house as an independent contractor, and then, say for the month of October, they've paid you the month of October to do their house painting. And then the month of October comes around and they're like, yeah, you know what? We're not really ready to have our house painted right now. And the contractor's like, all right, well, I'm going to go look for another job because I got work to do. And they're like, no. We paid you for October still, so you can just sit home and do nothing. It doesn't work that way. Ricky Starks, if he's not being used, should have every legal right to walk the fuck out. You know, there's no intent to use Ricky Starks. Same with Ray Phoenix. They took his fucking merch off of their website. He's still employed. I can see taking Penta's merch off of the website or Lucha Bros off of the website. But Ray Phoenix, he still works for you. Also another one not being used on TV. And then we learn Britt Baker again. Another. Let's see what the internet has to say, because this is always fun. Here we have wrestling Twitter. Ricky Starks was trending today. Here's the story broke across the internet. This guy, if Ricky wants his release, he could always get a tip from a friend. Yeah, go punch somebody backstage. That's how you get yourself fired. Punch somebody. Go on a interview. Go on Ariel Helwani and just bury Tony Khan. That's what you can do. But Ricky Starks is too professional for that. He's a professional. You saw him in that clip earlier on Chris Van Vliet. He bit his tongue. You know, he will show that he's frustrated, but he's not going to bury people. He's going to be professional. They got tired of Phoenix, and now today's story is Ricky Starks. Tomorrow it'll be Malachi. Well, Malachi's already gone, I do believe, but yeah, absolutely. Ricky Starks when his AEW contract expires. Look at that. That's exactly right. I can't believe TK dropped the ball on Ricky Starks. Yeah, how do you miss on Ricky Starks? It's petty. You're not holding him back because he's not a good talent or doesn't produce for you. He was getting over. He was great. He was in that storyline with CM Punk. He carried his end of that. Ricky Starks is a main event player. Same with that angle with MJF as you're showing, as you're seeing here on your screen. He's a main event player. Why you would just sit him home, it's purely to be petty. It's purely to be petty, and you're pushing all these other jobbers on TV. Ray Phoenix and Ricky Starks asking to leave AEW, but getting denied by Tony Khan. That's hilarious. Look at this one. Imagine using Wheeler Useless over Ricky Starks. Yeah. I mean, the hits keep coming. Clearly, the internet supports Ricky Starks. We'll go ahead and wrap this up here, but just in closing, again, Tony Khan has every legal right to do what he's doing, but it's petty. It's being a bitch. And quite frankly, it's kind of being a coward, too, because you're either punishing Ricky because of something that he's allowed to do anyway, be a free agent and explore his options and, be a human being and go places and do things and work any job that he wants to work. Or he's trying to keep him from WWE, which, he's inevitably going to end up there anyway, and you're just burning money. My opinion has always been, and I know this may not be good for business at all times, but my opinion is the same that we heard Vince McMahon's was. If you are not happy here, there's the door. Go. Peace out, homie. Why hold people against their will? It's shady, it's dirty, it's kidnapping, it's career kidnapping, it's holding them hostage, and I can't wait to see Ray Phoenix and Britt Baker and Ricky Starks and all of these people break away one by one from AEW till they are left with just their leftover generic indie jobber guys and their old washed up WWE guys collecting fat paychecks. We'll leave it there. I'd love to know your thoughts down in those comments below. Should Ricky Starks be set free by AEW? Let me know. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy, Seth Grimes, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bro, thanks for checking out the video. You can find more great videos by hitting the subscribe button. And bro, while you're down there, hit that like button, leave a comment, and all of that other crap. Bro.